Greg, you've been pretty jovial and in a good mood all week, but we're getting closer right now. Give me an idea. Does the mentality start to change a little bit? Is it the weight cut that starts to bother you? What's the feeling like right now?
Still unaffected, man, but yeah, the smiles and fun is gonna stop for a couple hours. I gotta cut down 10 or 15 and get ready to make this weight, man.
So is that really about the mentality of the fight, or just the mentality of the weigh-in that you got to get yourself ready for that kind of pain and suffering, I guess?
You know, the best of us in this country, man, will back me up on this one. It's one thing at a time. So the only thing I'm really focused on is the weight cut. You know, there's no emotion in a weight cut. It's just getting it done, going through the hours, smelling all the freaking delicious food around and pushing through.
You're obviously learning in this industry. As you've had a couple of fights, what are you starting to think about your weight and where you should be? I mean, do you feel like it would be better for you to try to stay under? Or do you feel like that gives you an advantage by being strong and cutting this weight? I mean, how are you developing in that aspect?
It's purely mathematical, man, but not in the sense of what's better for me in the long run or the short run. It's a thing for me these days to be fighting every 2 to 3 months, man, and it's just hard to control weight in that amount of time while I have to keep up enough energy to practice and learn, going to 2 or 3 practices a day. It's just however it falls, and then we do the weight cut however we can get it done, man. So kind of like sacrificing weight for, you know, the frequent fights, but I'm sure the fans love it, you guys love it, so I'm willing to make that sacrifice per usual.
What do you normally weigh on fight night? Has it been the same every time, or what's it been?
I'm always about 264, man.
On fight night?
On fight night?
Yeah.
No, about 278.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to come in pretty hefty, over 265, pretty easy to put back on. I got a great team, man. You know, American Top Team, we're #1, so we got the guys, we got the science. It always works out perfect.
As far as build-up goes, I feel like this is the first time you've had to talk so much about an opponent rather than about yourself. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you take away from the lead up to this fight?
This is the best relationship I've had with the media so far, man, because you guys do all the talking. I didn't have to say anything, you know. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to y'all. Y'all are amazing. It's been cool for me, dude. I've been having a great time, you know. Got a free trip back to Texas. I get to put on for my city. And I'm a couple hours, 24, however long, away from being locked in a cage with somebody that supposedly hates me. So it sounds great for me.
Nice. Last thing for me, give me an idea of what you want to do out of this, because you've been talking about boxing, you've been talking about, maybe train a little bit more. I mean, give me an idea. Where do you go from it? Because this could be a big moment in your career, but do you want to go box? Do you want to book a big fight? I mean, what does this get you?
I want complete and total domination, man. I want people to focus on Greg Hardy and understand that Greg Hardy is here to take over everything. It's not a game. It's not for play. It's not a half measure or half step. There is no what's next. It's all next, and it's all mine.
You gave us a little bit of a little shine there with the media, and that makes me wonder, because you're used to dealing with the media, a lot of media in the NFL. How overall has your experience been with the MMA media? Because we are a different breed.
You are a dope breed, bro. You know? It's great for me, man. You guys love entertainment. I love to entertain, and unlike my previous employers, you don't get in trouble for entertaining the people that want to be entertained, man. This is WWE, but real life, you know? So I get the best of both worlds, and you guys are incredible at doing your job so far, because, you know, I'll come at your head when you switch up, but so far, man, you guys have been amazing, man. You deserve all the credit, and you pretty much you guys make it easy to do my job on Saturday, man. The guys show up, the fans show up, and they're already pre-hyped, pre-lit, and ready for violence. I love it.
Kind of to piggyback on that earlier question, how far are you away from a main event fight, do you think?
You know, the world may never know, dude. My first one was a co-main event. Then was another co-main. Now I'm on the bottom. You know, I just roll with the punches, dude, and thank God that I'm here. You know, this is one of those situations where you got to kind of pull back on the ego and just be appreciative and thankful that I'm on the card at all, man. This is a hell of an opportunity for me, you know.
For sure. Can you talk a little bit about the dorm life? Because it's kind of crazy, you know, to think a former NFL player, superstar, got some coin in the bank, I'm sure, decides to, you know, live that dorm life in the training. So, like, what's that like?
Man, I think I talked about this yesterday or the day before. It's about sacrifice, man. You know, I'm not the best in the world because I come up here and I talk about it, even though I'm really good at talking about it. I'm the best in the world because I sacrifice, man. You know, over the last 3 fights, I don't even know if people know, I had a daughter. I've only seen her a couple of times. I have to go back to the dorms every week or 2 after a fight. to get back to training because it is that crucial, man. And it's rough at times, but I understand the sacrifice, and I'm starting to see the dividends being rewarded and paid back to myself, and constantly, consistently just being rewarded for that sacrifice. So it's easy, man. You know, it's the price of being great.
And you mentioned earlier about, Juan Adams, quote unquote, hates you. Is it going to be a thing to where after the fight you guys are going to have a little animosity, or are you willing to, shake hands with him after the fight?
After the fight, he's going to the hospital, brother. I think I said that a couple times. You guys don't believe me yet? How many shots I got to call, fellas? But no, if you've met me, man, or if you sat down with me, you can't say you had a problem with me. I'm not a bad guy, so that's why I say hates me, man. And if he continues to do so, it's probably because he wants to sell tickets to his next job, because it's not going to be in the UFC. I'm going to end that today or tomorrow.
You sending flowers or anything like that to the hospital? I mean,
Maybe. If I get that bonus, I might can afford that. Got to save up, man. Mia Hope needs diapers.
This will be your third fight of 2019. Do you think you'll take a break after this, or do you want to get in and get another fight done this year?
I think I'm going to take a week, maybe 2, sit back and analyze the board, man. The picture I want to paint is complete and total domination. Like I said, I want to put the fear of God in people, man, and I want them to understand that this is not going to stop. I'm going to make it rain for days and months and years. So if the next fight comes in a month, 2 months, and Mr. Dana White says it's okay, I'm going to bring pain for the next decade and a half, if you guys let me.
And you've also talked about you want to be, the greatest heavyweight of all time. After Adams, are you looking for any names in particular, or are you just kind of taking all comers right now?
Man, I think I'm starting to see a couple of things. And one of the things I'm starting to realize is this name calling's a joke. I think that's a tactic, man. You're out here if he wants to call somebody picking and choosing, call out these other guys. The whole board's on my radar, man. I've called out from the top to the bottom already. I said everybody's on it. It's just a matter of when. If you can be patient with me like you can with your tax return, it's going to be worth it every single time.